Yu-Gi-Oh 101 card review. Hit review a card coming in Booster SP Tribe Force October 11th. What we're looking at here is Sacred Spirit Beast Mount Kannahawk. It is a Wind Thunder Fusion Effect monster, level 6, attack 1400, defense 1600. Description: one Spirit Beast Tamer monster plus one Noble Spirit Beast monster. Must be special summoned from your extra deck by banishing the above cards you control and cannot be special summoned by other ways. You do not use polymerization. Once per turn, you can target 3 of your banished Spirit Beast cards, return them to the graveyard, and if you do, add one Spirit Beast card from your deck to your hand. During either player's turn, you can return this card to the extra deck, then target one of your banished Spirit Beast Tamer monsters and one of your banished Noble Spirit Beast monsters. Special summon them in defense position. So, this card, well, first of all, let me just say that I'm glad they're putting in more, fusion monsters that can be contact fused, you know, as we call it in Yu-Gi-Oh! Contact fusion. But I'm glad they're making this, like a thing, or at least that's what it seems like they're doing with this archetype in these series of cards. In this series of cards, that they're making new contact fusion monsters, which is good because that seems to be like a lost, saying like motif that hasn't been bothered since it was pretty much used and abused by the elemental heroes and also with the gladiator beasts. Like I feel like it's one of those things that just kind of fell aside since all this new stuff is coming in with the pendulum monsters and the pendulum summons and what have you. All the new synchro monsters that are coming in that doesn't require specific tuners or any any uh certain types of monsters and things like that. Same thing with exceed monsters that don't require any uh specific type of monsters. When people see that, they kind of draw towards those type of monsters that aren't difficult to summon, but they are very powerful. So they just gear towards that, and other things just get pretty much just left behind. So the fact that they're bringing in new contact fusion monsters, I like that. So let me get that out the way. Now, if the other sacred beast spirit fusion monsters are anything like this in terms of them being able to contact fuse or whatever, then I think that's a good thing. And with this card, the one thing I like about it is that it seems to act as like a catalyst, and it kind of pushes the player towards you wanting to summon these monsters. Like you want to get your monsters banished so that this card can have something to target, and on top of that, you can get that search off. So this is a good card for that. Now, as far as with the Spirit Beast Tamer monsters and the Noble Spirit Beast monsters, as far as what they have going on, I haven't seen any individual monsters yet. So, or like I haven't taken a look at their card text yet, so I can't really say, you know, like really like what else this archetype has going for it. But this card is going to be pretty useful in that archetype, I can tell, because of the fact that, uh, again, if the other fusion monsters have any similar summoning conditions as this one does, they are making it to where instead of the monsters that are being that are being used for the contact fusion, unlike with the elemental heroes and the gladiator beasts, instead of them returning back to the deck, they get banished. They get banished, and what this card does is that you can return your banished uh, sp- uh your banished spirit beast monsters into the graveyard, which has like a different dimension a different dimension burial effect. You know, you can bring them back into the graveyard for future use, as well as you're able to get off that search and get one spirit beast monster out of your deck into your hand. And another thing is during either player's turn, you're able to send this card back to your extra deck, and you can target one of your spirit beast tamer monsters and one of your noble spirit beast monsters, and you can special summon them in defense position, which is good for when your opponent likes to attack, and then you're able to, or when your opponent activates like a card effect, you're able to, like hit them with that switch, and you can separate the monsters. You can have two monsters on the field instead of one. So this is a card that I can actually see being used a lot. When used correctly, it can actually be a pretty good strategic piece in a deck strategy using this archetype. So most definitely. So link to this card is going to be in the description. You guys can check it out, and I'll see you for the next card review. Peace.